Well, it's another beautifully rainy day in Virginia Beach, out on the East Coast. We're down at 4Wheelparts here, right off the boulevard, and we're helping out, bringing the overland scene, and showing them what it's all about here during their latest sale. But I had to come over and check out this awesome Tundra. It's actually for one of the local Toyota dealerships here in town, Charles Barker Toyota, and they put a Pro Comp long travel suspension lift on it. This thing is sick. Check that out. Put the matching flares on it, kind of like a Raptor Q on it with the lights. But man, the thing almost looks stock from the side, and then once you get up next to it, you find out what kind of a beast this thing is. Of course, we got something that I drool over every time I see one, a 2500 Dodge with a Cummins. Thing's awesome. So we're set up here on the boulevard. It's raining, so we got the Foxwing out. We're gonna make some dinner here on the, lunch on the Scottle in a little bit. And Andrew, also known as Gaslamp Adventure, just showed up with his awesome TRD Pro 4Runner. And he just set up his Smittybilt. Say hi.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Just got his Smittybilt tent, or excuse me, his Smittybilt trailer parked in here, and his 23-0 tent set up. And give you guys a close-up view here real quick. You guys have never seen inside this. The quality is top-notch on this thing. Twin skylights, if you can see them. Awesome foam mattress. You know, pretty much par for everything else, but man, this thing is a nice tent. Nice little cues. A lot of the canopies, they have plastic toggles down here, or plastic dowels. This one's actually got a aluminum dowel, and then the tube is actually sheathed, so it doesn't chafe on the tent itself. Pretty nice setup. And then, coming around the back side here, he's got an ARQ 270-degree awning. This is the one that we're all seeing on Instagram lately. Everybody's checking out. It's the cheaper version of the Alucab. I mean, obviously, the Alucab, you're going to get what you pay for, but this is a nice substitute for it. Poles here spring-loaded. Press the button, slide them out, and you can extend them out full length, or you can slide them in order to get your droop to shed the water off. Unfortunately, my truck's parked a little too close, so we had to keep them in. But here's the hinge mechanism on it. So you can see it's all aluminum construction. Got a little prop rod right here that pops up, holds the tent up to shed the water off. But you can see how much light it lets through. Actually really, really nice. So, but yeah, this is the, what do they call the trailer? The Smittybilt what?
Smittybilt Scout.
The Smittybilt Scout. They originally were calling it the Recon, and now it's the Scout.
Yep.
He's got the, it's got a built-in parking brake and all that, brake controller, ability to raise the tent and the awning up higher if he needs to.
I like how it's training arm, not straight axle.
Inside here, camp kitchen. You've got his Coleman stove, and then you got a slide-out drawer. You can put your camp kitchen on. Pretty sweet. And these Smittybilt trailers come standard with this, which is an awesome feature. A lot of trailers, when you buy them, you got to add all the slides to them. You know, you got to put a load floor slide in it. Let me open up the back here. So this back, it's got twin latches on it, big pivot. If you guys don't know already, Gaslamp Adventures, Instagram, check them out. Open this up, and you've got twin load slides in here for all your gear. And the door will pretty much pivot all the way around, almost 180 degrees. So you got spring-loaded catches. Pull that to the side, and we'll do that as well, so it locks into place. So that's just one slide, and this thing's got twin slides on it. And you look how cavernous this whole area is back here, and it's got a wall in the back there that keeps all your stuff in the back separated from your cooking compartment, so you don't have to worry about anything sliding in. Really beefy eyelet bolt holes, so if you need to strap something down, just really, really nicely done. I mean, I'm extremely impressed. Close that up. And then on the other side, there's another door just like the side with the kitchen. And it's got another slide out in that. So, I mean, if you wanted to carry a generator or you wanted to flip your kitchen around to the other side, you could probably always do that as well. So yeah, pretty sweet setup. The trailer by itself with no wheels or tires, and all that stuff, a stripped down base model trailer, which is how he bought this. I believe it's somewhere in the neighborhood of $4,900. And I mean, if you really think about it, $4,900, that's a steal, especially for this thing. I mean, the construction on this thing is top notch. Independent travel suspension, both wheels, coil springs, obviously independent shock absorbers, and it's got limiting straps on it as well. Drum brakes, and then you can see here it's got provisions to put jack stands on the back to level it out. Really nicely done. Coming around the corner here, we got Chris from 4Wheelparts. Say hi.
Hey, going live while other people are going live.
Going live while we're going live, right?
Awesome.
So, you guys got any questions about what you're seeing? How's everybody doing this weekend? Overland X, yep, that's an awesome setup, isn't it? So, obviously, you guys are probably tired of seeing it, but I'm going to show you again. This is our setup. 1993 80 Series Land Cruiser, Adventure Series M55 Free Spirit tent. And then we have a Rhino Rack 270 degree awning on it, which obviously we've got it slacked out right now because it was raining its butt off earlier. And I mean, everybody loves beachfront property, but we've got boulevard front property, I guess. So, got our fold down table out. We're gonna make some dinner here in a little bit. Snowmaster's keeping everything nice and cold as usual. We got some ice cream in there for later on. And right now we're kind of chilling, hanging out. Where to see this, a base or a stripped version of the trailer? And $4,900 does not include the tent. The $4,900 is the base trailer itself, and essentially it's this in a big shipping crate, and you don't have the wheels, the tires, and I think he switched the hubs over on it because he wanted to match the Toyota bolt pattern. The tent, I'm trying to remember what the price is on the tent. They're what, $1,500, $1,600?
$1,800.
$1,800, and it came with the annex. Yep. Came with the zip-on annex. So I mean, basically, as you see it right here, 23.0, 3 to 4 person tent, which essentially is a medium canopy, with the annex, $1,800, $1,900, somewhere in that neighborhood, shipped to your door. Too much for me, he says. It's well, it really.
If you're gonna spend the money, you actually buy the quality, so
yeah.
you know it's gonna last forever.
I mean,
hopefully forever.
Exactly. You can buy a Smitty built tent, and there's nothing wrong with a Smitty built tent.
No, not at all.
I mean, they are good tents, and they are probably 2/3 the price, and right around $1,000. But the Smitty built tent doesn't have the nicer cover, so you got to worry about weatherproofing, and it doesn't have the mattress quality that this tent has, the Free Spirit tent has, the Tempuis, and the CVTs. So.
And having a nice thick mattress doesn't make it.
Oh my God, thick mattress makes all the difference in the world. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when everybody slept in a ground tent, and I won't take anything away from a ground tent. Ground tents are awesome. They serve their purpose. They're inexpensive. But get up off the ground at 2 o'clock in the morning and step outside to go to the bathroom, or roll off your nice, cushy memory foam mattress and crawl down a ladder. I mean, I'll take. I have my opinions. Everybody has theirs. So. ARQ four-wheel drive, let's see, sounds good. ARQ four-wheel drive awning versus Foxwing. All right, so obviously I went with Foxwing. Gaslamp went with the ARQ. And looking at them side by side, quality differences, there's some quality differences. You're gonna get what you pay for out of the Foxwing. Everybody knows what a Foxwing is. The biggest thing with the Foxwing though is see all the poles, see all the guy lines? You need that. This thing's freestanding right now.
Yep.
There's nothing attaching anything other than this line right here attached to the trailer, holding it open. So there's a lot to be said about an awning that can just be set up and that's it. I mean, you just swing it open. Mine, when you do a fox swing, the pitch of these bars will be hanging down here like this. You can't even stand underneath it unless you put the poles up. So this is a really cool feature, you know, and the fact that ARQ has done it a lot more inexpensive than, you know, Alucab and some of the other people on the market, I mean, that's something to take notice of. I mean, is it the highest quality? Is it an Alucab? No, it's not. But it's, what, $400?
$300.
$300 for this thing.
So, I mean, for what it's worth, like I said, it's just easy to set up. If it does get windy outside, they have these guidelines that you can just take down and attach it to the ground.
So you stake it down.
But, you know, for what it is, for actually just getting out and wanting some type of cover to come all the way around, it's a perfect thing, I would think. A nice entry point.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And I mean, and then the price point you're looking at. So, $800, $300. Doesn't freestand, free stands. I mean, there's a very, very good argument on that.
The thing I do like about having the fox swing, though, is you can actually put your panels on the side to actually make
and nice. And that is a valid point. Yep. So the point he was bringing up is the ARQ has no provisions for walls or anything like that. And at first sight, that's not really that big of a deal. I mean, because really, you're using it for shade. Not a lot of people camp in the wintertime, but when you get into a spot where you have bugs, mosquitoes, things of that nature, sand, whatever have you, that's kind of where you start seeing the Alucab and the Foxwing come in, because they have provisions to zip on. So you can completely enclose this. It's got zippers all the way around it. You can put walls in, you can put a floor on, and the OZ tents, or the Oz tents, whatever you want to call them, the ones that set up in like 30 seconds, the ground tents, they zip right onto this because they're made by the same manufacturer. So you can forgo the rooftop tent, have an Oz tent that you just have sitting on top of your rack, drop it on the ground, set it up, pull up next to it, throw your awning up, and zip right into it, and you've got your own, basically you've got your own house with a patio. You know, our rooftop tent, we have to deploy off the driver's side because we have a passenger side Foxwing. So in order to get underneath the awning, if it's raining like today, you got to kind of run around the back of the truck real quick. You know, but again, you've got 270 degrees, so once you get to the back of the truck, it's not that big of a deal. So it comes down to preference, and you know, and that's one of the things that we're trying to show today is you've got a truck that's completely self-sustained, everything's in the back of it, awning's off the side, and then you've got the other option, which is a very viable option in my opinion. You got a standalone trailer that's got all of your camp equipment in it. The only thing he carries in the truck, which I'll actually show you that because he's got an awesome truck. The only thing he's carrying in his truck right now is he's got some drawers and he's got his ARB fridge. And of course his recovery equipment in that too. So I mean, you can pull this in, set it up as a base camp, leave it in camp, you know, lock the wheels, lock the pintle, and you can go out wheeling and you don't have to worry about dragging it along with you. Me, I want to go to the general store to get firewood, or I need to go pull a log down, or I need to go snatch a buddy out that got stuck in the middle of the night or whatever. I have to completely close camp. So there are different ways to camp, there's different setups, and there really is no wrong way to do it. The most important thing is get out there and do it. Give you guys another shot of Andrew's awesome TRD Pro. Man, I'm drooling over this thing. I love my 80 series, but man, these things are nice. It's got his Max Tracks up on top, nice low profile rack. Can't tell if that's a Baja Designs front bar. Factor 55 Fairlead, doesn't have the winch line in it right now. It's got his recovery points on the front. I mean, this is a nice truck. Extremely nice truck. And for all you Jeep guys, there you go. No, I'm just kidding. This is the Alpine, I believe this is one of the gentlemen in town here that's runs a speaker stereo shop, sponsored by Alpine. This is their JKU 4-door. Pretty mild off-roader. Smitty built with some, let's see, this is an RC 9500 synthetic line. Nice winch setup. He's got the flip down plate for the front. Actually, no, that's the bolt-on one. I think that's a CBI. It's either a CBI or C4 fabrication mount. Nice XRC Smittybilt front bumper. And I believe he's got the head unit in here, which if you guys haven't seen it, he's got it marketed on the side here. Stop into a 4Wheelparts if you got a Jeep and check this thing out, because they have these Alpine units that go in the place of your stock unit, and it has all your off-road trails and all that stuff. I mean, it's full-on GPS right there in your screen. Backup cameras, and I believe you can add a front camera off the front bumper or off the front roof, and you can play that through there as well. So I mean, it's got some really trick stuff on it. You can see it's an Alpine Special Edition. Moving to Virginia next week. Maybe see you guys out on some trails. Where in Virginia are you moving to? Oh, is that an AEV mount? All right. Thank you for correcting me on that. You have to excuse me, I'm not a Jeep guy. I love these things, but I had to go with an 80 for a little bit more room. Otherwise, I would have been this all the way, and I would have definitely had an Ursa Minor on top. After camping with Venture Forward, man, I tell you what, once I saw that Ursa Minor close up in the dead of winter in Harper's Ferry in March when he began his trip, I'm completely sold on a pop top. If they made a pop top for my 80 series, I'd have it on there, but I can't find anybody that makes one. Camp Tech was the last one that made them. But yeah, so NOVA, as in Northern Virginia or Norfolk, Virginia? So we'll walk over here. Take a quick look around this. Take another look at this Cummins over here that I'm still drilling over. Yes, Chris is an awesome guy, probably one of the most humble guys you'd ever meet. If you guys don't know about Venture Forward, check him out. His name is Chris Shantz. He's originally from Pennsylvania, and we went to Harper's Ferry camping with Overland History when he did his Tread magazine shoot with Brian Dorr of Explore Elements. And Chris Shantz met us up there. And it's the first time I've ever formally met Chris. I met him once at Blue Ridge Overland Gear, and just an amazingly humble, intelligent man. And he's out on the roads right now. I mean, he basically, when we left Harper's Ferry to come home, Chris kept going. He went to New Jersey, went up to OK 4-Wheel Drive. He went all through Pennsylvania, West Virginia, stopped off at Blue Ridge, and then started his journey out west. And he's currently I believe he's in Portland right now. So if you guys haven't checked him out, he's documented his trip. He does a weekly video upload to YouTube. It's Venture Forward on YouTube. Check out his Instagram page. Follow him. Subscribe to him. You won't be sorry. I mean, the places he's been are absolutely breathtaking and amazing. I mean, he did Bryce Canyon, Zion, Big Bend. He met up with Overland X. They did some cave exploring. Yeah, exactly. Overland X. He contacted me from Anza Borrego out of the blue. Overland X was gracious enough to take him out and show him that whole area. And I mean, he's got a great week-long episode running around with Overland X. You get to check out Overland X's awesome JKU. He met up with Justin Pitcairn and John Burt, did some camping, and Brian from Goose Gear. I'm telling you, man, if you haven't checked him out, by all means, check him out. Venture Forward on Instagram and Venture Forward on YouTube. All right, so right now I'm going to take you for just a little stroll through. If you've never been into a 4Wheelparts store, we'll take a quick walk in there. So here we have the inside of the Virginia Beach 4Wheelparts store. And you got wheels and tires galore. Anything you want to put on your vehicle, especially if you own a Jeep. The majority of it's in stock. Toyotas are really big right now, as everybody knows as well. Take a walk through here. Let's see what we got here. We got power tanks, Pro Comp wheels, full Smittybilt 17,000 pound winch. Wow, that's heavy duty right there. These power tanks are kind of cool. Smittybilt offers this bag assembly with it as well, so that way you don't have to worry about it running around banging. banging up in your Jeep or your truck or scratching all your gear up. That's a pretty nice little feature. Plus it's got a little pouch on the outside to hold all your hoses. Got all your best tops, your safari tops, your gear tops for your Jeeps. ATV winches. You want winches. Full line of Smittybilt XRC winches. Pick your line, pick your size, you name it, they got it. High lift jack accessories. You got nice powder coated bumpers, you don't want to put that on there. So they make all these accessories. You can hook the wheel, you got straps that go up to the side. I think they even, I don't have it in stock right now, but they make a pad that goes on the front of it and protects it on the powder coat too, so you can just lift up on the main part. And then of course the wall of bumpers. A lot of JK stuff, some ARB bumpers for some Toyotas. Obviously these are full-size trucks. Let's see what else we got here. These are awesome. Vent plates for the JK hoods. Exhaust systems. Diff covers. Row of lights. I don't know what else to show you guys. So, yeah, if you guys haven't been into a 4-wheel parts store, definitely check them out. They're a viable option, especially if you don't have the ability to work on your own vehicle. They can get pretty much everything, and not only can they get it, but they can install it for you. So, I'm gonna head back out here. These things are awesome. I don't have the room for them. I wish I did. ARB 4x4 sport chairs. Probably the most comfortable camp chair I've ever sat in my life. Head back on outside here. And the rain's moving back in, but I'm gonna sign off here for a minute. And we'll probably come back up here a little bit later. Jen's gonna do some cooking on the Scottle. Maybe we'll do some live video of that. And maybe I'll see if I can get them to let me into the back shop so we can kind of see what happens behind the scenes in 4-wheel parts. So everybody take care, and we'll catch up with you guys a little bit later.